Indeed he does, Stephen. What a wonderful way of summing it up. Robert Lewandowski's goal then proving to be the difference between the two sides as it finishes Barcelona 1, Getafe 0. Here's Koundé after the game.
Jules Koundé, after yet another victory, perfect start for Barcelona, but it was a very tough, hard-fight victory today.
Yeah, it was. We know that every time we play Getafe, it's a difficult match. It's a team who play with a lot of heart, a lot of intensity, and the key for today was to bring the same energy, the same intensity, and let our game speak. I think we played a good game. We controlled the game for most of the time, except like the last 5 minutes, where obviously they wanted to score bad because it was only 1-0. So. But I think we suffer together and we pull out that win.
Yeah, you talk about that final 5 minutes. There was a big chance by Borja Mayoral. What do you think it happened there? It was a matter of disconnection, physicality, or what happened?
I think it's mistakes. Sometimes it happened. The line wasn't really well, and yes, they had the opportunity to score. Fortunately, good for us, they didn't, because I think it would not be a good result for us because we control like most of the game.
So today you started this game wearing a T-shirt in support of Marc-André ter Stegen. It was the first start for Iñaki Peña. You are a defender. What advices do you give to Iñaki Peña? Because I guess it's a tough one to come to the start.
Yeah, obviously it's very sad. We all sad for Marc, but now we have to move forward and give the most confidence to Iñaki. I think he's doing a great job. He's already played last season. And I think, yeah, we just try to give him the most confidence, and I think he played a great game today.
So what that means, Barcelona, 7 games, 7 victories. They remain perfect in La Liga, 4 clear of Real Madrid, who of course won yesterday against Alaves. For more on this, let's talk him in, shall we? Luis Garcia joins us. And Gemma Soler is pitch side. She was there for the game. Gemma, exactly the sort of game we thought would play out against Getafe. They will rough you up, they'll kick you, but in the end, Barcelona get the 3 points. You won't really remember this match come the end of the season, but it's another win.
Yeah, exactly. It's that kind of game that players, especially because they have so many games playing every 3 days, it's a tough one. You need to be very focused, to put a lot of physicality, to suffer a lot of falls. I think at the end we're 16 for Getafe, 3-4 for Barcelona. So, and not being able to play that much because they always commit this kind of tactical falls. But the important thing was to have the 3 points, especially with all the circumstances. 8 players injured, most of them key players. The first Iñaki Peña start. So the most important thing was to have the 3 points, is what they did. And no one was hurt, so they are thinking about Osasuna. To equal the best start in La Liga in Barcelona's history, it would be 8 wins in a row.
Wow. Luis, job done.
Yeah, exactly. I think that you just mentioned it was about trying to get the 3 points and thinking into the next one. There is so many games, they come think up fast, and you have to be ready for it. Rotations continue. I think that Hansi Flick is doing a fantastic job over there because he gives even some of the key players a few minutes, maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes to rest. We saw Lewandowski being replaced later on the game. And it's true that in the last moment, Barcelona, like we said yesterday about Real Madrid, on these days, you cannot relax for a second because it's a very competitive league. Everyone is taking it and advising how do you play. Today, Getafe did a pretty good job. They know that Barcelona play with a very high line, so they did exactly the same. So everything was put in just around 30 meters. Almost the two teams in the same place. So they needed to be patient. They needed to not get into the frustration when you play against Getafe. And Gemma just said and spotted. And you need to try to be focused on your job. Try to score that first goal to allow the team to have the ball and maybe get in a counter-attack the second one. But it's true that once again we saw a very good Barcelona, solid, concentrate, and in the end those 3 points I think is fair to say that they were worth it.
Not good for the Iñaki Peña, but it is what it is. And then all the issues they've got in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
And they've had them since the start of the season, and they've continued to get worse. You know, Bernal, Dani Olmo, the list goes on. And so the fact that they've got 21 with a new coach coming in, everything was new to them, new coaching staff, new coach, not a lot of signings, quite a lot of adversity to deal with. I an absolutely amazing job thus far. I mean, it's going to be a long old season, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But when Hansi Flick took this job, he just had to have thought to himself, I just got to get off to a good start. Just to put any doubters to the side to the start of the season, then we can build some momentum. That's what they've done.
You must have had nights like this, title-winning games for Liverpool, in those sort of seasons where you're just in and out, no one's injured, good, let's move on to the next.
Yeah, there's not a side that's won a title that hasn't gone through a night like that.
Yeah.
It's not about being fancy, it's not about scoring loads of goals. It's about digging in, getting it done, and get on the bus, whoever it is, and get home.
Yeah.
That's all you want to do, with the points.
Of course, no Ter Stegen. What's been reported, Gemma, is that Szczęsny's going to come out of retirement, the former Juve and Arsenal goalkeeper, and he will sign on Monday.
Yeah, what is expected is him traveling tomorrow. As you know, he retired 1 month ago from Juventus. He was talking with the Saudi Arabia club. It eventually didn't happen, and he decided to retire and live with his family in a nice spot, Marbella, in the south of Spain. Well, Barcelona called, and he wants to try it. So we're expecting him here in the city tomorrow. He will do the tests, and if everything is right, we're expecting that signing on Monday. The question is he signing for being starter? I think it will be something like what happened in Real Madrid last season. They signed a more experienced goalie like Kepa Arrizabalaga, but eventually Lunin was doing better, so he remained as the starter. I think what Hansi Flick will try to do here is kind of the same, but Iñaki Peña last season he played 17 games. He conceded a lot of goals. It's true that it's not fair to say because it was probably the worst period of Barcelona, but there are some concerns that maybe he's not the top pick for Barca.
Did he say Szczęsny? Did Gemma say he was in Marbella?
Yeah, Marbella, a month with the family, that was enough. And now he wants to get out.
You just got the feeling the family, however, the whole family going, you said you were going to retire. And I'm lying on a beach and I take the phone call and I'm switched off. And
Does this make sense?
For
Barcelona?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think from his point of view, you know, he's been at some big clubs. Clearly he's felt that enough was enough. But that phone call, you know, whoever it was from, you know, reporter, Hansi Flick, his former teammate Robert Lewandowski from Poland, saying, come on, you know, this is going to be big, you can win a title here, this is a good side, and the little gremlins, because he's sitting down there, he's chilling, isn't he?
Of course.
He's been chilling, he's on the beach, he's got a beer, you know, he's sitting there in the sun, doesn't really need it, obviously, so... But it's a big call, it's Barcelona, so... But it definitely makes sense to bring in a keeper who's played at the highest level for a long time.
These are the possible targets, obviously. It looks like they've sealed the deal with Szczęsny. Luis, do you think he won? Obviously, he's coming out of retirement. He's going to want to start.
Well, I'm not sure if he's gonna. Well, of course, when you are playing, you arrive to a club, you want to start, you want to play. That's why he's getting back to retirement. But I'm not sure if he's going to start, to be honest. I think that right now the most important is to give the confidence to Iñaki Peña, to see how he works, how the experience. I think he did a good job in Galatasaray. Now he's starting a new era of Barcelona with a new coach, with a new style of play. So after what we've seen today, once again, Iñaki hasn't had too much work, so that's something good. So he can build up in the confidence, and we saw it as well. Gemma mentioned it in Real Madrid. Kepa arrived as becoming the main coach, and he was the main keeper, and he was Lunin the one who got the presence into the first team. So I think that something similar is going to happen. I think that Iñaki Peña is going to have his opportunity to continue playing as a first coach, because Szczęsny needs to make at least a little bit of precision, a little bit of adaptation, and a little bit of joining the team, the players, knowing each one. I don't think that you're going to grab a keeper and you put it straight away. So I think Iñaki Peña is going to have his moment, and if he does well, Szczęsny will have to wait to his opportunity, or if it's needed. The problem is if Iñaki Peña gets injured and there is no replacement at all, you have to bring back a player from the second team. I think that's the problem what Barcelona is thinking. So Szczęsny will be a great option in case the Iñaki Peña gets injured.
Well, he's going to get a few games, Peña, until Szczęsny gets in, gets his feet under the carpet and gets some fitness.
Yeah.
But he's not biffing. He's had conversations. He's not biffing off retirement.
Right, he's not.
And his family to come and sit on the bench and travel around on buses and planes and watch a number 2 goalkeeper, which basically at Barcelona, which Iñaki Peña is, to watch a number 2 play in front of him. So I think ultimately, even if Peña plays reasonably well. I think when Sir Chesney's up to speed, he's going to go in the side. That has to be a discussion that he's had, bearing in mind he is coming out of retirement. Yeah. He's not out there desperately looking for a club because he's short of a few quid. He sat on the beach. So he's coming back to play. Make no bones about that, unless he's not in a good state. What? That's
what they've told him. I can guarantee you that's not what he's thinking. They're absolutely thinking, we hope Inaki Peña gets this done.
Right.
And it's simple. But absolutely, they'll tell Chesney that, because that's what he wants to hear. It's the first question they'll have asked.
Right.
Well, have I got a chance of playing? Of course you have.
OK.
Not a chance of playing. Not a chance of playing.
You get yourself fit, and then, hey, whoever's playing well plays. That's what every coach is going to tell a situation. So, Inaki Peña's got 4 weeks until Chesney's fit, and then Chesney's thinking, right, I'm going to start pushing this guy, which is fantastic for the coach.
Right.
Because that's what he'll do. But Inaki Peña's going to have to make some big mistakes for Chesney to start.